Welcome. You've joined us for a deep dive, and today we're really focused on cutting through the noise, getting right to something useful for making your workday smoother.
That's right. We're zeroing in on workflow automation today.
Yeah, specifically a platform called n8n. We want to look at what it is, why it matters, and how it can really change how things get done in a business.
Exactly. It's a pretty powerful tool.
And hey, if you find these kinds of insights valuable, definitely hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our future deep dives.
Good call.
Okay, let's dive in. So just to start, what is n8n workflow automation in simple terms?
Okay, so think of n8n like a digital connector almost. It's a platform, it's low code, open source, designed basically to automate those repetitive tasks.
The ones that just eat up time.
Precisely. The things you know a computer could handle, n8n helps you set that up.
You mentioned low code and open source. We hear those a lot. What's the real advantage there for someone just wanting to automate stuff?
Well, low code is huge because it means you don't need to be a super hardcore coder, right? It's visual drag and drop mostly.
Okay.
And open source, that means it's flexible, there's a community improving it, and you generally have more control. But the really powerful part, it connects tons of different apps.
How many are we talking?
Over 300 currently, including tools. Probably everyone uses Slack, Google Sheets, Salesforce, you name it.
Wow, over 300. Okay, so how do you actually build these automations then? You said visual.
Yeah, it uses what they call a node-based architecture. Picture it like digital Lego blocks.
Okay, I like that analogy.
Each node does one specific thing, maybe pulls data from app A, changes it a bit, sends it to app B. You just, connect these nodes in the order you want.
Drag and drop, connect the dots.
Exactly. And suddenly you can build quite complex sequences without writing lines and lines of code. That's why it works for, well, businesses of all sizes, really. It scales.
That sounds way more approachable than learning, say, Python from scratch just for this.
Yeah.
Could you give us a really concrete example? Like, how would a team use this day to day?
Oh, absolutely. Let's take a sales team.
Right.
They get a new lead from their website form.
Yep, standard stuff.
Instead of someone manually copying that info into the CRM, then maybe typing a message into Slack, n8n can do all that automatically. Form submitted data goes to CRM, notification pops up in the sales Slack channel. Boom.
Okay, right. I can immediately see the time savings there. Just eliminates those little manual steps.
Exactly. Multiplied across the team, across the week, it adds up fast.
So n8n sounds pretty user-friendly, but
yeah.
Is there a point where it makes sense to, outsource the development, bring in experts?
That's a really good question. Because, well, yeah, you can get started on your own, building really efficient, optimized workflows.
Yeah.
That often benefits from deeper knowledge.
So getting it right, not just getting it working.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Professional developers who specialize in n8n, they know the platform inside out. They can design workflows tailored specifically for your business to get the best performance. They know the common pitfalls, the best practices.
Avoid reinventing the wheel, maybe.
Exactly. And, cost is a factor, too. Outsourcing can actually be quite cost-effective when you compare it to hiring, training, getting the infrastructure for an in-house automation specialist.
Right, the total cost of ownership.
Yeah. Plus, experienced folks, they can usually get these workflows up and running much faster, so you start seeing the benefits, the ROI, much quicker.
Faster implementation, expert know-how.
Makes
sense. So, boiling it down, what are the absolute key benefits businesses see when they implement n8n effectively?
Okay, the big ones are usually productivity and accuracy. Huge gains there.
How so?
Well, by automating the routine stuff, data entry, reports, customer follow-ups, things like that, you free up your team. They can then focus on more strategic work, creative problem solving, the stuff that really requires human intelligence.
Less repetitive work, more high-value tasks. Got it.
And accuracy is the other big piece. Automation just drastically cuts down on human error in those repetitive tasks. Fewer mistakes means less time fixing things, potentially saving money too.
Makes sense. Fewer typos in reports, that kind of thing.
Totally. Then there's the integration aspect. n8n connects systems that maybe didn't talk to each other before, so data flows smoothly. No more data silos.
Breaking down those walls between departments or apps.
Exactly. And finally, scalability. As your business grows, your automation needs will too. n8n is designed so you can easily add new workflows, new integrations, without messing up what's already running.
That scalability point feels crucial. You don't want to build something you outgrow in 6 months.
Definitely not.
You gave the sales example earlier. Can we maybe dig into a few more specific department examples? Like, E-commerce.
Oh yeah, e-commerce is a prime candidate. Think about automating order processing. New order comes in, inventory gets updated automatically, shipping label gets generated, customer gets a confirmation email, data syncs to the CRM.
Wow, that's quite a chain.
It can be. And you can even trigger personalized email campaigns based on what someone bought or what they looked at but didn't buy.
Okay, that personalization angle is powerful. What about, say, marketing teams?
Marketing, definitely.
Yeah.
Automating social media posting, scheduling content across different platforms, tracking engagement metrics automatically.
Less manual posting, more strategy.
Right. Or automating lead generation. Someone fills out a form on your site for an ebook. N8n can add them to your CRM, tag them correctly, maybe even add them to a specific email nurture sequence. All hands off.
That sounds like a dream for many marketing managers. Finance. Lots of numbers. Seems like a good fit.
Absolutely. Finance can automate invoice generation, sending out payment reminders automatically.
Getting payments.
Yeah.
Yeah, automating that would be nice.
Syncing financial data between your accounting software and, say, Google Sheets for custom reports.
Yeah.
Monitoring expenses in real time. It saves time, but also massively improves accuracy, which is critical in finance.
For sure. Accuracy in finance is non-negotiable. And one more, human resources. HR.
Yeah, HR has tons of process-heavy tasks. Think employee onboarding, new hire starts, automate creating their accounts, assigning software licenses, sending the welcome packet.
Smooths out that first day experience.
Exactly. And offboarding, too. Same process in reverse. Plus, automating reminders for things like performance reviews or required training deadlines. Syncing HR data with payroll. Lots of potential there.
It really does sound like it touches almost every part of a business. We're talking about impact here. Is there any, hard data on the benefits of automation generally?
There is, yeah. Some well-known studies point to pretty significant impacts. For instance, McKinsey research suggests automation can potentially cut operational costs by up to 30% in some cases.
30%? That's substantial.
It is. And another study, I think, from Deloitte found that something like 53% of organizations had already started implementing automation technologies. It's becoming mainstream.
So over half are already on board.
Yeah, and other research generally points to businesses using automation seeing, on average, around a 20% boost in productivity. The numbers definitely back up the potential.
Those figures really paint a picture. Okay, so for someone listening now, maybe thinking, all right, I'm interested in the n8n. What are the first steps? How do they begin?
Good question. The very first thing is to identify the processes in your business that could actually benefit. Where's the friction? What's repetitive? What takes up too much time or leads to errors?
Pinpoint the pain points first.
Exactly. And define your goals. What do you want automation to achieve for you? Save time, reduce costs, improve data quality. Be specific.
Makes sense. Know what you're aiming for, then what?
Then it's often a good idea to talk to experts. Consult with people who know n8n, discuss your requirements, explore what's possible.
Get some guidance.
Yeah. Collaborate on designing workflows that actually align with those business objectives you defined earlier. Make sure they're built for efficiency.
Okay, so collaboration, design, then you build it.
Then you build or implement the workflows. And crucially, you test them thoroughly. Make sure everything works as expected, data flows correctly.
Test, test, test.
Absolutely. Make adjustments based on testing. And then remember, it's not set it and forget it. You need to monitor how the automations are performing over time.
Keep an eye on it.
Yeah, and be ready to scale or adapt them as your business changes or grows. It's an ongoing process, really.
Identify, define, consult, design, implement, test, monitor, adapt.
Got it. Okay, let's start wrapping up. What's the main takeaway you want people to leave with today about n8n?
I think the core message is just the sheer potential here.
Right.
n8n Orbit and workflow automation can genuinely transform how your business runs. It streamlines things, boosts efficiency. It really frees up your people.
Frees them up from the mundane tasks to focus on what really matters, like growth and innovation.
Exactly that.
So think about it. What are those repetitive tasks bogging you or your team down right now? Could n8n be that key to unlocking more time, more resources? It's definitely worth considering how these ideas apply to your specific situation. Maybe explore it a bit further. And, speaking of expertise,
Yes.
at WeblineIndia, this is exactly what we do. We specialize in custom software development, and that includes building tailored n8n automation solutions. We really dive deep into unique business requirements to maximize efficiency and, well, ROI.
So you have experience specifically with n8n.
Oh, yes. With over 25 years in software development overall, we bring a lot of experience to the table. We offer the whole package from the initial chat about what you need through implementation and then ongoing support.
And you do other things too, right?
We do custom mobile apps, web applications, AI and ML solutions, and we also offer offshore development services, so a pretty broad range.
That's good to know. How can people find out more?
Easiest ways to visit us at WeblineIndia.com, or you can shoot us an email at info@WeblineIndia.com, and of course follow us on social media for updates and insights.
Perfect. That's a great resource for anyone considering taking that next step. Thanks so much for sharing all that knowledge with us today.
It was my pleasure. Happy to talk about it.
And a big thank you to all of you for tuning in to this deep dive. If you found it helpful, maybe share it with a colleague or friend who could benefit. We look forward to our next exploration together.